Hello everyone. Question is a company loads transaction data for each day into Amazon Redshift tables at the end of each day. The company wants to have the ability to track which tables have been loaded and which tables still need to be loaded. A data engineer wants to store the load statuses of Redshift tables in an Amazon DynamoDB table. The data engineer creates an AWS Lambda function to publish the details of the load statuses to DynamoDB. How should the data engineer invoke the Lambda function to write load statuses to the DynamoDB table? Option A. Use a second Lambda function to invoke the first Lambda function based on Amazon CloudWatch events. Option B. Use the Amazon Redshift Data API to publish an event to Amazon Event Bridge. Configure an event bridge rule to invoke the Lambda function. Option C. Use the Amazon Redshift Data API to publish a message to an Amazon Simple Queue service, Amazon SQS queue. Configure the SQS queue to invoke the Lambda function. Option D. Use a second Lambda function to invoke the first Lambda function based on AWS CloudTrail events. Correct answer is option C. Question is a data engineer needs to securely transfer 5 TB of data from an on-premises data center to an Amazon S3 bucket. Approximately 5% of the data changes every day. Updates to the data need to be regularly profilated to the S3 bucket. The data includes files that are in multiple formats. The data engineer needs to automate the transfer process and must schedule the process to run periodically. Which AWS service should the data engineer use to transfer the data in the most operationally efficient way? Option A. AWS Data Sync. Option B. AWS Glue. Option C. AWS Direct Connect. Option D. Amazon S3. Transfer acceleration. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is a company uses an on-premises Microsoft SQL Server database to store financial transaction data. The company migrates the transaction data from the on-premises database to AWS at the end of each month. The company has noticed that the cost to migrate data from the on-premises database to an Amazon RDS for SQL Server database has increased recently. The company requires a cost-effective solution to migrate the data to AWS. The solution must cause minimal downtime for the applications that access the database. Which AWS service should the company use to meet these requirements? Option A. AWS Lambda. Option B. AWS Database Migration Service AWS DMS. Option C. AWS Direct Connect. Option D. AWS Data Sync. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.